Hey everybody, Logan here. Today's video, out of the blue, I decided to, well, talk to you guys about collecting. And I bet you're like, gaming's expensive. Things have gotten stupid expensive. Why would I be collecting now? And you would be correct. I've actually cut down. Not because things are getting expensive, because, well, they are, like I just stated. It's not fun anymore. I did a video quite a while ago saying it's not fun anymore. Collecting's not fun. But I've realized I've watched plenty of other collectors, plenty of other retro game channels and stuff, and people are getting to the point where they got what they wanted, they did what they wanted to do, and now they're just done. Moving on, collect something else, figure out what else to do with their life and their time. Don't get me wrong, I still love video games, but I've got to the point where I'm only really playing a handful of consoles, and I was buying everything from PS1, PS2, Xbox, NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, Switch, you name it. It's out there. I've been buying it. And I got tired because I realized I'm only playing so many things. The other ones are just kind of sitting there. The urge to continue to collect, it's gone. So what I've done, it's kind of why I haven't done a big game room tour this year, because I'm in the process of changing things and changing the way I collect, changing what I collect, and maybe you just might be in the same state. I actually want to hear from you, all of you watching this. How do you collect? Have you stopped collecting? On a lot of my other videos, I heard a lot of collectors went, yeah, I'm just done. Got what I wanted, achieved my collecting goals, sold it off. And I'm like, I kind of been doing the same thing. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've been doing and where I'm refocusing my collection, because you guys know I cover a lot of controllers and I have a plethora of them, and you're going to see quite a few of them, and you can only use so many. You can only have so many games to play. You can only have so much time to play these games and still live a healthy life. So we're going to get into that too. So this intro has gone on long enough. Let me show you a couple things and I'm going to tell you a bit more. Lately, I've been in the process of cleaning, reorganizing my shelves, and one thing I'm going to start with is the section right over here. I bet you're like, oh, that's pretty nice. It's pretty well organized. If you guys have followed the channel, I'm sure you can tell there's a lot less games. So these used to be packed to the brim with everything you can think of: PlayStation, Dreamcast, Xbox, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, you name it. And then, well, I always had a lot of Switch. Now there's Amiibos. A lot less Amiibos, but there's Amiibos, controllers, special editions. Here, that's it with the DS. Now they're DS boxes that I've had forever and a day. Those are my favorites. I have reasons why I have those. GameCube is now only 2 shelves. Wii is just there. Tiny. Xbox is getting a little bigger because I'm collecting a few of those. Only things that are nostalgic. That's my collection. Otherwise, Xbox Series X, that's about it. Older Xbox One. But Series X, that's where I'm buying a lot of the new games that aren't on, well, Switch 2. Otherwise, regular Switch, you're going to see my Halo and stuff like that. Remember, this isn't a game room tour. I'm not going through everything that I've done. Mainly just focusing on the games. That's it for PlayStation. One row of PS5. Behind it, we've got PS2 and a little bit of PS3 you can't see, a little bit of PS4 and PSP. 3 PS Vita games. If there's no nostalgic attachment to it, all the old ones are going. PS5, that's all I play. The rest either I got rid of or merged with my wife's collection. She still collects PlayStation 5. My PS5 isn't even connected here in the game room. I stopped paying for the PlayStation Plus. I do have my Pro connected in the living room, but I almost never play it. So there are Game Boy, only a handful of a Japanese GameCube. Switch stuff, I still have plenty of that. Now, if we head over here, that's just some Switch stuff. More collectibles. Regular Switch. Now, the regular Switch, I'm on a mission, and you guys are going to see that video probably by the end of the year. And it makes perfect sense with us encroaching on the 10th year anniversary of the Switch 1. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on for notifications so you see that ultimate Switch video. I don't know what I'm going to title it, but it's coming. And if you guys are wondering, that's all my Switch 2. I haven't gone nuts. I haven't bought everything. And that's the combination of mine and my wife's games. That's it, not going nuts. NES, 2 little shelves. I had shelves full of NES. Game Boy, that's it. Game Gear, that's it. Super NES, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves full of Super NES. Now I have about 40 games. Nintendo 64 is the only thing I'm still collecting for. Super NES is just nostalgic. NES, just nostalgic. Nintendo 64 is the only thing that I loved it so much as a kid and a teenager that I was like, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, and if you look around, it's not the cleanest right now. I am cleaning up, so you got a junk right there. PS1, that's it. That's it. PS1 is the only PlayStation system that I'm still buying for. You got some Japanese. That's all I have left of the Dreamcast, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be keeping that much longer. I do love my Dreamcast, but yeah, Game Gear and my original Evercade, and that is the new Evercade that I got, but I still have the original one. And then, if you guys are wondering, that's where I store everything. All these are controllers. Now, I have given away quite a few controllers, sold some, but I like to give away. I've given away quite a few to people I know who aren't as blessed as I am, so, you know, share the love. Otherwise, that's it, and I'm still getting rid of stuff. I mean, I'm tired of not enjoying it. So, lately it's just been Nintendo, because it's still fun. It's the only thing that's still fun. And I'm getting an Xbox game here and there. That's about it. But we'll see how things change, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming industry that, well, is changing. So that's what's been going on. People ask about my collection all the time, especially the entire red wall, and what I'm doing with that, and why am I still buying Switch games. And most of my shorts are unboxings for Switch games because of the mission I'm on. And I've realized if I don't have a mission, if I don't have any nostalgia, like I went to MegaCon this year, and there were more gaming booths than have ever been there. And that was pretty cool. I came home with one video game and one console. The one console was the Atari VCS, because I wanted one, never had one. Thought it was cool. It was dirt cheap. It was $169 for the console with 2 controllers, the joystick and the Pro controller. So I was like, okay, you know what? It's a completely digital console. I'm not putting any more money into any games or anything. And a lot of the stuff on there is free. And I just want to play some of the old stuff that I missed out on. And I know it's on there. So I was like, all right. I played a couple Atari games when I was a kid at my dad's house, but I didn't really get into it until I got my NES. So those games I kept. Those handful of NES games. But otherwise, I'm looking around, and the things I'm really playing the most is, especially when I get a new retro game like NES, Super NES, I install it onto my Polymega, and then it goes onto the shelf. So I was like, I could still play them. They're on my Polymega. Play my Polymega quite often. And that's where I usually keep my nostalgia bone itched, scratched, whatever you want to call it. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm playing my Switch 2, my Series X, Polymega, and I just got that analog 3D because I don't have the Polymega attachment for the Nintendo 64. I have that in my living room, and I'll just sit there and I'll just play Nintendo 64 games, and it just makes me a happy camper. So lately it's just Nintendo 64, Switch. I've been playing some Game Gear stuff because I still love my Game Gear, and those games are still dirt cheap unless you're finding them in complete box. There's a couple of exceptions, kind of like Mega Man The Wily Wars for Game Gear. That's a little expensive one. I'm looking for one of those at a decent price, but otherwise I'm just not buying in mass like I did before. I would say that bug hit me in 2018, and then around maybe 2022 it started dying out, and then for the last 4 years it's just kind of fizzled. So outside of just playing video games, and that's a big reason why I'm really focusing more on handheld gaming, because I can take it with me, and then when we travel I can have my Switch 2 with me as well. So that's a big thing, and you know, I just kind of want to do more outside of this world of gaming, but gaming is so much fun. I just wish the newer stuff was as good as the older stuff, but hey, that could just be my nostalgia bug talking. But as of right now, it's pretty much just a handful. Downsizing quite a bit. I just sold I want to say about 200 games in the last couple weeks, and I'm probably going to get rid of more and have a more curated collection. I think that's what it's going to be, and then once I hit that Switch 1 goal that I'm going to make a big video on, I'll decide where things are going to go from there. But I don't know, I want to hear from you guys. Tell me how you feel about gaming as a whole, especially you guys that are my age, you know, late 30s, early 40s. I want to know how you feel about growing up with Super Nintendo, NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, and that era, and how you feel about gaming now, and those of you who've decided to check out of your large gaming collections. And another thing I was thinking about is getting rid of a lot of this stuff opens up a lot more space and allows other people to enjoy the things that I've had that I've already enjoyed or am not doing anything with. So it kind of puts that back into circulation, maybe allows someone else to find that one hidden gem that they didn't know that they were missing on. So I know every time, about once a year, I do something similar to this because it's another year. It's another year. It's another year. And gaming is definitely changing as a whole. And I don't know, I guess the community is changing, but it seems like in a good way. I've been finding a lot more retro gaming channels. I've been finding a lot more Instagram pages of retro gaming, and even just game collectors that don't really have an agenda or anything. And that's, I think, the fun thing to reignite the passion, but it just hasn't happened yet. So I'm not sure where my collecting habits are going to be this time in 2027, but things are changing. Maybe it's for a good thing. Now, one thing I have noticed I've also stopped collecting is action figures. A lot of people are like, man, you got a lot of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and He-Man. Yeah, that's done. I've stopped. I've stopped. You know, I might pick up one random video game related one. Like, I think it's right off camera here. It was on clearance, Ultra Beast. So that was like $4, but that's about it. I've stopped with the statues. I've just stopped, and I've been trying to figure out where my gaming passion lies, and I still haven't yet. I know I still love the Nintendo 64. That's pretty much where it can stay a consistent, I guess, benchmark for my collecting. So if I find anything in this Nintendo 64 that I don't have, sign, jacket, socks, backpack, CIB game, controller. That's probably where my heart will stay. Okay, I've rambled on quite a bit. I've gotten all this off my chest. I've actually been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I wanted to know where other people are, because it's just taking the feedback from the videos from previous years. And I've had videos where I said, this isn't fun anymore, I'm done collecting these. You know, I have so many games in my collection, so many games. My PlayStation, my Switch 2. You know, I'm still enjoying playing a lot of new games that I can't even call them new games. A lot of the new stuff I've been playing are retro collections, or modern retro, like Marvel Cosmic Invasion, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and I've been beating the snot out of Marvel Maximum Collection. That's been just blast to the past. Blast from the past, blast around the past. Past is over there, it's blasting, that's what we're going to say. Otherwise, there are a couple of other new games that I have been enjoying. My wife got me into Pokopia. That was probably a mistake. I'm playing Crimson Desert, and of course, I'm a big wrestling guy, WWE 2K26. I've got my issues with that, but we'll save that for another video. Or maybe the podcast. I don't know. Not sure when this video is going to go up. Who knows? You might be seeing this a week after I film it. I don't know. But this is one of those venting ones. My collection habits and controllers and hardware and whatnot videos. So it's just one of those. And I'm done. I think I'm on like 20-30 minutes here. All right. Thank you guys for listening to me. Most of you are probably not watching anymore at this point, and if you are, thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Again, God bless each and every one of you. Like what I was saying, be legendary. Thanks again.